I'm going to go ahead and show you how to measure a pre-made garment to get your measurements for a custom winning couture piece. So first you're going to want to put your garment on a very flat, hard surface, and you're going to want to keep it as smooth and flat as possible. Starting with our bust measurement, we're going to start an inch below the armpit. What we're going to do is roll the garment until we can find the side seam. So we're going to go 1 inch below the armpit, going straight across to the other side and hit the seam and get 18 inches. We're then going to double that and get 36. Now we're going to take our waist measurement. So it's basically the same process, but we're going to start at the narrowest part of the garment. Again, we're going to find our side seam, so we're going to roll the garment until we do. Then we're going to take it straight across, nice and flat, to find the other seam. And I get 16.5 inches, which I will double and get 33. Now we're going to do our hip/hem measurement. So what we're going to do is flip the back panel up and smooth the front of the jacket from the back. And then flip the panel back down. Now we're going to measure the fullest part of the hem. So what we do is put it on the seam, go straight across, not pulling too tight this time, and I get 17.5 inches. Now we're going to take our shoulder measurement. So what we're going to do is find where the sleeve attaches to the body, and we're going to lay our tape there nice and softly, don't pull too tight. And we're going to go straight across once again, keeping it a little bit below the very top of the garment. And I get 15.25 inches. You really want to make sure that this measurement is precise and accurate. I only say this because if it's too tight, you're not going to get enough give in your shoulders and it's going to be too tight when you ride. And if it's too loose, it just won't be flattering and fit the way it should. Now we're going to go ahead and take the back length. This is going to be another very important step. So the first thing we're going to do is put the collar up, and we're going to start at the seam where the collar meets the body and go straight down. And I get 26 inches. Now if you're going to be jumping, you're going to want to add about 1/2 inch to that measurement so that you have some give when you go over the fences. To check this measurement, you can actually sit down on a chair or a hard surface or a saddle, however you would like, and measure from the nape of your neck down to the base where your butt meets the saddle. Now measuring from the front, we're going to double check our bust measurement. So we're going to use the same point about 1 inch below the armpit, starting on the side seam. And I get 18 inches, so that's the same we got from the back. Now to get the shoulder to bust measurement, we're going to use that same point 1 inch below the armpit, and we're going to start at the very top of the garment. What we're going to do is lay the beginning of our tape on the shoulder seam. We're going to follow a slight curve of the garment, meeting 1 inch below the armpit, and I get 11 inches. Now we're going to do the same process, but we're going to take the waist. So what we're going to do is, again, start at the shoulder, follow a slight curve, meet the narrowest part of the garment, and I get 15.5 inches. Now we're going to move on to sleeve measurement. So starting with the bicep, we're going to find the thickest point of the sleeve. We're going to start on the seam, which is on the inside of the sleeve, and we're going to measure straight across, keeping it nice and flat, to get 6 inches. We're then going to double this measurement to get 12 inches. For the forearm, you're going to use the same process, but you're going to go a couple inches below where the elbow goes and above where the wrist is. So starting at the seam, going straight across, I get 5.5 inches. We're going to double that to get 11. For the wrist measurement, we're going to use the same process, starting 1 inch above the end of the garment. We're going to start at the seam, going straight across, and I get 4 3/4 inches. Doubling that to get 9.5 inches. The last sleeve measurement is sleeve length. And ideally, you would have someone hold this up for you to measure, pinching at the shoulder and following the length all the way down. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna do it laying flat. So we're gonna start where the seam of the shoulder and the body meet. We're gonna follow it straight down. And I get 25.25 inches. That completes all 11 measurements. I hope this helped you guys in learning how to measure your pre-made garment to get the measurements for your custom winning couture piece.